In this video, we are going to walk through how to host a Google Meet meeting. So if you chose the option to use a link from meet.google.com, then you can go to your email or your doc or wherever you shared that link and use that to start your meeting as the host. So here we have an email with that link that we have shared, and we're just going to click on that link. It is the same join link, and it will bring up the kind of waiting room view. It is centering my camera view. I already have visual effects added. You can go ahead and apply visual effects before you actually start your meeting. So that option here in the lower right, I'm going to click on that and open that option up so you can check out new options. You can scroll through and click on any of these options you would like. You can just blur your background, and there's also some options for touching up appearance and changing lighting. So those are options for visual effects. You can also check your microphone and speakers and your camera. You can turn on and off your microphone and camera before you start your meeting or before you join your meeting. This view is the same for participants when they join your meeting as when you start your meeting. So it will let you know if there's anyone waiting in your meeting and give you some options. You can go ahead and start presenting from this view. So if you know you're going to be sharing your screen during your meeting, you can go ahead and click present, or we're just going to click join now. So now that has put us into our Google Meet and we are ready to host. So down along the bottom, there are some options. This is where we can mute ourselves. We can turn on and off our camera. We can also turn on captions. So if I click that, it will start automatically having captions for me down along the bottom of my screen, and that is visible for my participants as well. Then there's the emoji reactions and the present now, which is where I can share my screen. So if I click that option, it will bring up options for sharing your window, your Chrome tab, or your entire screen. So you can go ahead and click that. The default is to share your audio when you share your screen, and so you can turn that off as well. You can also see when I move my mouse, these quick options come up to pin whatever video I am over. I can apply visual effects quickly from this view, or click more options, and I can remove tiles. If there's multiple people in gallery view, I can quickly reframe. So if I notice I'm kind of out of that center view, I can reframe my video. There is a raise hand feature, and then I can click more options, and there's all sorts of settings that I can try out and check during my meeting. Then as a host, there are some important options over on the right, and the first option is host controls. That is the icon over on the far right, and this is where I can manage what participants can do in my meeting. So I can turn on and off the ability to share screens, send chat messages, react with emojis, turn on and off their microphone, so unmute, and same with video. So I can access that here. I can also adjust my meeting access. So the default is going to be only people in our district will be able to join with their Google account. That's the trusted option. So if I want to open this up to anyone can join and they don't have to ask, then I can open that up. That is not recommended because you can still allow people to join your trusted meeting if they don't have a district account, as long as you let them in. So they will still be able to join. They will just have to ask to join, and that will notify you in the meeting, and you can let them in if you are expecting them as a guest for your meeting. Restricted is a further level of restricting access to your meeting, and that means that only people who are invited directly can join. So those are options. The default is going to track attendance for you, which is great. You can turn that off if you don't need attendance tracking. It is going to email you automatically when you are done with your meeting with a quick attendance report. So you can leave that on and just ignore that email if you don't need the email, the attendance, but that is a nice feature. And then you can turn on Q&A if you would prefer to have a structured Q&A instead of questions in the chat. So those are options under host controls. Over on the right, it is the lock icon, and that is how you can manage your meeting as a host. And don't forget to click that end call for everyone if you are in a meeting with students, and that is how you host a Google Meet meeting.